I don't know. You practice these ridiculous edge cases in training mode and I'm in bronze? Nah, man, you don't need to do that. I mean, if you think... Okay, hold on. There's something important, though. If you're in bronze and you're spending time practicing, like, really, really niche stuff that isn't necessarily good for your rank, it's not bad. Because, remember, the most important thing for most people, unless you're, like, gunning to make top 8 at major tournaments and you're a pro player, is to have fun. So if you enjoy labbing kind of niche scenarios, even if it doesn't necessarily raise your rank, it doesn't really matter because you're still enjoying the game. The most important thing is to enjoy it in a way that is fun for you, right? Because again, if you're not a pro player and you're not making money, at the end of the day, what's the most important thing? Have fun, right? Now, if your goal is to raise your rank out of bronze, all right, even if your anti-air sucks, Ramen, I can't remember. Refresh my memory. What character do you play? I'm going to get you out of bronze right now. What character do you play? I promise you after this talk, you won't be in bronze anymore. Because you've been in my chat and you've been a sub way too long for me to accept you being in bronze. That's not happening. Cammy, okay. Okay, I'm going to give you the easiest Cammy cheat sheet, okay? You're going to answer with a simple yes or no. Alright? Here we go. Do you know... Let's change the music, actually. Street Fighter 5 Cammy, it's a good theme. Okay. Also, Grandster Luigi, what's up, bro? Do you know this combo? Either... Doesn't matter which jab you do, just like 2 or 3 jabs. Doesn't matter if it's standing jab or light kick. Do you know this combo? Yes? And you're always hitting the medium kick spiral arrow, right? Do you know what to do after this? Throwing a crouch light kick? Yeah, okay, that's fine. Medium spiral. Okay, after medium spiral, do you know what to do? If you are doing anything other than forward dash, okay, good. Go for Oki with a dash, good. Okay, in bronze, all I want you to do is I want you to think of one thing, okay? Don't worry if your opponent does DP. Don't worry about the DP. Let them DP on you, alright? Your rookie... Okay, well, I'm gonna not to put anyone down or anything, but the difference between rookie and bronze is like how much you play ranked. So it's essentially the same. Okay, if they DP, let them DP. Don't worry about it. What you're gonna do? Where's DP? Sure, you can. Here we go. You're just gonna run your mix. Here, I just want you to throw. Okay, actually, no, not throw in bronze. I want you to dash crouching heavy punch. Okay? Against your opponents. If they wake up with a button, this wins. Okay? Then all I want you to do is be able to see if this gets hit or if it's blocked. So if you struggle with this, go into training mode, turn on do nothing, and just look at what this looks like when your opponent blocks. Okay? Here you're +1, but you're too far for a throw, so you don't really get anything. Okay, don't worry about it. Then, what you're going to do, turn the light punch back on, okay? If this hits, what do? You're +9. Wow, standing hard punch is 8 frames. You get the exact same thing. It's an easy combo. Is it optimal? No. But this is easy to do, and in bronze, you can't mess this up. Okay, standing hard punch. Medium kick spiral arrow. Okay, not optimal, but don't worry. We can worry about optimal later. Then you're going to go training mode, turn them both on. If it hits, you do standing hard punch. If it blocks, you stop. Then, what I want you to do is I want you to think about what's happening when your opponent gets knocked down. What are they doing? Are they blocking all the time? If they're blocking all the time, next time, you're just going to walk up and throw. Again, don't worry if they DP you. You tried to make a read and you were wrong. Chances are in bronze, nobody's going to be blocking. They're either going to do DP, mash crazy ass buttons, or jump. Those are the 3 things that people are probably going to be doing in bronze, silver. Alright? But don't worry about that. If they block, you just stop, block yourself, see what they do. They're probably going to do something absolutely batshit insane. At this point, if they block, I want you to keep your finger over your DI button because they're probably going to DI and you DI back. Okay? There's also a chance that when they wake up, they'll wake up with Drive Impact. After Crouching Hard Punch, you can react with your own Drive Impact here. Okay? It's not special cancelable, so even if I push it, I can get it. But if you just block here, you won't get hit. Okay, but look for this, because they're probably going to do this, or they're going to Shoryuken. And at that point, you lose, but don't worry, because they're spending bar. Now, if you notice your opponent is usually doing a Shoryuken, next time, you're just going to block. What I would recommend doing is just taking a little tiny step back. But again, that's a little bit too difficult. Just block. Alright? They do be Shoryuken. Okay, so in that case, if you're fighting somebody, I would say if you're fighting Ken, Ryu, Akuma in bronze, the first time you knock them down, just block. Take a little tiny step back and block. Because if they do something super crazy, like wake up throw, I don't think they will. But you can get out of it. If you dash and you walk forward and then you block, you can get thrown yourself. So just take a little tiny step back. If they wake up with DP because you're walking backwards, you'll still block it, alright? Then make sure you know how to punish a blocked DP. If you are not doing as much damage as you possibly can after a blocked DP, then you gotta stay in diamond. Like, you gotta stay in bronze and silver. You gotta hold that. You gotta know your punish combo. The best combo is the combo you can do consistently. Chat, help me out. What's the Cammy B&B? I don't want to teach him a bad combo. What's the B&B? Is it this? I think that's old. DRC heavy? No, don't give me DRC. Give me from Crouching Hard Punch. Water Classic? It's classic. I know who Ramen is. Throw, 2 hard punch, 5 hard punch target combo. Okay, I was right. Okay, because basically you do crouching hard punch, standing hard punch target combo, light kick arrow into I think light kick can spike. I don't think you can get medium. Let me try. You can't get medium can spike. Okay, do medium can spike. So crouching hard punch, target combo, light spiral arrow, medium DP. Alright. Easy 3040 damage. Who typed in that, whoever typed that combo, thank you very much, okay? Deny the notion of frame data. Yeah, for the most part, because these people, like, not these people. These people. I sound like I'm about to say something really racist. What do you mean, these people? But no, people at those lower ranks generally tend to do really, really crazy stuff because they don't know the frames, they don't care. So just don't even think about frame data. Frame data really only works when you know the game so well that you can stop them from doing even the crazy stuff, or when people are respecting your pressure. But at super, super low ranks, do it. Java 500 236 LK. Alright, that's what I want you to focus on. Then, okay, we talked a little bit about your general pressure, your combos and stuff. Your general game plan in neutral, even though you're playing Cammy, in bronze, I want you to forget that she has a dive kick. You don't need to use this. Okay, please don't do this. You are asking to get hit by a random DI like crazy. Forget your character has a dive kick in bronze. Bronze, silver. Okay? Don't even use it. Don't even do the OD version. You don't need it. Because even if you hit this, the chances of you at bronze hit confirming this into a combo are slim to none, and it has variable frame data, so just don't even do it. Forget. Okay? Forget about it. You're gonna play neutral. Unless you are fighting against these characters, remember this. Manon, Lily, Zangief. Yeah. Manon, Lily, Zangief, and asterisk maybe Blanca, Honda, JP, and Marissa. Anybody with like a pseudo command grab kind of thing. I never want you to jump. Never want you to jump. I want you to play 100% on the ground. Your boy Luffy, hey Chris, can you explain what I should think about when playing footsies? I feel like this topic is so complicated and doesn't have a clear, easy approach. Yes, I can, but let me finish with this topic first, okay? And if you guys ask about different questions, it's a little bit hard. First time I heard someone saying don't worry about frame data while making a beginner's tutorial. It's important. Forget frame data. Beginners don't need frame data. You don't need to remember it all. Okay, before I say something, before I like misquote myself, you have to know when your turn is over. Like, okay, you have to know that if you push, I don't know, sweep, you're minus 10. All right, you have to know this is not a move you want to be basing your offense around because you are punishable. Like, you don't have to know it's minus 10. You don't have to remember that. You have to know that this is, if they block this, I get fucked up. That's all you have to remember. Yeah, you don't have to know that standing hard punch is minus 3, but standing hard kick is also minus 3. And, like, standing medium kick, however, is minus 4. And then it's like someone's, like, drilling you. It's like, well, how many frames is a standing medium kick on block? It's like, it's minus 4. No, you don't have to worry about that. Just know which of your moves are minus. And then just remember, nothing else. Crouching heavy punch is the only move that's plus. So you just have to think, everything I have is minus except for this. So if I push this, I can keep on jabbing at my opponent. That's it. That's the only thing you have to remember. You don't have to remember how plus it is. Just remember, as a beginner, this is the only button that leaves me plus, crouching hard punch. So it's the only one you have to remember. And because I'm plus, I can push jabs after. That's it. You don't have to remember the frame data. Everything is minus except for this. That's it. That's it. That's the only thing you remember. All right? So then you're never going to jump in neutral. And you're not really going to play too much footsies. In bronze, you're just going to like let people jump at you. If you can anti-air them with a DP, it's going to be really good because they're probably going to anti-air. I'm going to tell you now, if you're fighting other bronze or silver players, here's what their game plan is going to look like. Okay, that's what their game plan is going to look like. What you're going to do is you're not going to try to whiff punish them. You're not going to try to do anything. Yeah, I didn't do the random DIs, but yeah, there's going to be random DI there. You're just going to play neutral. You're going to block a lot. And every time your opponent starts jumping backwards towards the corner, all you're going to do is walk forward, then block. Walk forward, and then block. You're going to let them get to the corner. Once they get around here, they're going to realize that they can't keep on jumping backwards anymore. So what are they going to do? They're either going to do something crazy like this, like some kind of forward advancing moves. They're going to do an OD fireball. I don't think they know how to drive rush at bronze silver, but they might. But most likely after they do a bunch of back jumps, they're probably just going to jump forward and try to hit you. Or, like I said, a forward advancing special move. So all you got to do is you got to look for it. So you have to be here, and you know that once they get to this spot, more likely than not, they're going to jump forward. And then you anti-air them in an area where they're most likely to anti-air. If they do something stupid like this, well, great, you can still anti-air this. Or if they do something other kind of like forward advancing move, just do an invulnerable one. You can blow them up for that. And then, of course, look for the random DI at this kind of range, and then just push it. And then make sure you know your DI combos. Alright? You can just load up like Super Combo Wiki or whatever. Just learn like one easy basic combo. But I mean, I don't even play this character. That's better than nothing. Right? As long as you're punishing for it. Then he wakes up with DI. Pretend this was a DI. You just DI them back and then sending heavy punch DP. Whatever. Just keep it easy. Alright, dude. That's going to be your basic plan in Modern. If you can do that, and when you get... Oh, yeah. Also, one more thing. One more important thing. Remember I said the rule was you can't jump and stuff in neutral? When you get knocked down, you're not allowed to push buttons. If your opponent knocks you down, just block. Because they don't have the skills to actually open you up. They don't have like multi-layered defense. What they're probably going to do is just like this shit into DI. So all you're going to do is hold down back when you get knocked down. You're going to look for buttons and you're going to look for DI. When the DI comes, you just DI back. And then you just do your easy combo and you beat them. Alright, don't be mashing buttons when you get knocked down. Don't jump around. You know, don't try to do a wake up DP. Because you don't need to wake up DP because their offense is not good enough to require you to challenge them on it. Just hold down back. This is true all the way up to diamond. Yeah, I think so for the most part. Platinum, it gets a little bit different because platinum, I think you should kind of like optimize your combos a bit. Like you don't want to just do like this kind of crappy combo. You want to get something a little bit more optimized since you're getting a little bit better of a handle on the game. But bronze, silver, rookie, just block, go. And then just beat your opponents for playing stupid. Anti-air, DI their DIs, and that's it. You don't need to do much. You don't need to do like crouching medium kick, drive rush, hit confirm, like strike throw, shimmy mix. You don't need to do any of that. That's it. I'm challenging you to use, I'm not challenging you to use limited tools. I'm kind of like telling you not to do anything that has any chance of having any kind of risk whatsoever, because your opponent is basically just driving, like, basically at bronze, silver, your opponent is in a car with a blindfold with a brick attached to the gas pedal in a parking lot, and they're just like, they can't see, they're just spinning the wheel, the brakes are cut, there's a brick on their gas pedal, and if you just so happen to stand in front of the car as it's just absolutely ripping through that parking lot, you're gonna get hit and you're gonna die, right? What you're trying to do is just stay as far away from the car as possible, and like every time it gets close to you, you just like throw a rock at it. And after, you're gonna throw a couple of rocks, and eventually by the end of it, that car is gonna stop moving. That's your goal in like bronze and silver. That's basically it. You're not trying to play smart, you're not trying to do anything, you're just trying to not get hit by this out of control car, and then just do like as little safe damage as you can as possible in a really easy way. And hopefully after like 10 or 11 or 12 little rocks, that's it. Their car just blows up. And you'll probably get one and done a lot, by the way. This analogy is wild. Welcome to my brain on Tuesday night. That's basically it. Alright, I hope that helps. Okay, we had a bunch of other questions for everybody, but I've been sitting down for over 2 hours, and I broke my rule of taking a stream break every hour. So give me a sec, guys. Let me go to the washroom real quick. Let me take a break. I'll be back. I'll be answering some other questions. I didn't even play this game tonight. I just did some drills, but it's been pretty chill. Actually, you guys know I don't like playing ranked on stream too much. I don't think it's fun, but doing these kind of yap sessions and like talking about stuff is way more fun and way more enjoyable for me. I love this kind of stuff. So thank you for everybody for coming out. We got quite a few viewers here on Twitch, and I think we got a lot of people on YouTube as well. Appreciate the love, everybody. Let me get some self-love by emptying my bladder and not being in pain. I'll see you guys in about 5 minutes.